Hey guys, welcome back. We're back on the Bloodthirsty Trail yet again, and this time we are on the Bloodthirsty Rogue, Soulsapped, and we're out here in Borean. I will say this level has been a little slow.
I don't have a target.
I'm definitely, even with the green gear on, I am taking a slight beating. I'm surprised at how much of a hit I'm taking trying to get these mobs down. Now, I've come over to Borean for a specific reason. Even though I really want to be farming for cloth and stuff, I had to not do that on this one because I can really only handle one mob at a time on this guy. And in this particular section, it's all yellow mammoths. So I can attack one in the middle of the herd, and as long as I don't AoE, the rest of them are cool. They don't seem to care that I'm murdering their friends. So, and that way, if I have to a quick AFK for a second, as long as I'm in the middle over there, nothing's gonna bother me. But it's been a long level. I'm not gonna lie. My slash played for this level so far it's got some mileage on it. I have had times where I've had to tab out to take care of a thing here or a thing there. So if we shave off an hour for having to tab out to do something where I've still been logged in and factor in, you know, also time for when I went and did auction house before I got going on this level. It's still a good chunk of time. And you'll see that when if and when we ding here. But I was also bouncing around a little bit trying to find a place to go, and ultimately ended up back here. Mostly because these guys tend to respawn fairly quickly. At least within the time it's taking me to kill them. I usually, if I do manage to get all of them down, they're usually popping right back up as the last one falls. If I manage to do that, which isn't often. Most of the time it's, you know, the herds are halfway back up before I'm even like halfway through the last herd, so. And I've gone through a lot of food. I've been stopping to eat because I'm trying to not be quite so dependent on band-aids because I don't know where first aid's going to be soon when Battle for Azeroth hits. And I just don't want to be like, oh, I'll just pop a band-aid because, you know, I don't know where we're going with it yet. So the vendor mammoth sells food, at least for the time being, that I can eat. So I don't have to worry about running out on the go. I can just pop up the mammoth and buy some more food and get some bag space, and then I can be back on my way. And I know it's been a slow week with me trying to get videos up and stuff, and I do apologize. I was participating in the rogue leveling contest. I got to level 29 and decided to sit because I wanted to work on some other things. And it was my second character. I had already lost one. And I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna sit here for a little bit and, you know, see what happens. And you know, we'll see where things shake out. I think people are starting to get their feet under them on these rogues now. And, because there's been a lot of death, I'm not gonna lie. There was a lot of death in this contest. But, there seems to be people starting to catch up to one another now. And they've still got another week to go. So it shall be interesting, but I'm not I'm not eligible for a prize, so because of my handling of the social media accounts, so And I'm fine with that. That's cool. You know, whatever. So I'm not really gunning that hard for first place on this one. Since I'm really not eligible for a prize. But, you know, it'd still be nice to be alive at the end of this one. Because I'm usually dead and, you know, give up. And I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. I'm going back to my bloodthirsties. So, I mean, you know, I might just let that one sit and just have a character alive at the end. Just to say, oh my god, I survived a contest, you know? Because I think right now, even though I haven't touched her in maybe, you know, 2 days now, I'm in like 4th place. So I'm okay with that. At least that was, you know, the last time I looked. I'm sure I'm not still in 4th place by the time this video goes up, but no, I'm alright with that. I had a couple people pass me and then they died shortly thereafter, so rogues are unforgiving. You've gotta be careful, you've gotta be gentle. And some of those quests are brutal, where you're just not in a good position, and sometimes it's gonna pay to grind out a little bit extra if you know that you're about to get an ability that's going to help you potentially take on a certain quest mob. Like, I did Gnome and I was in the Gnome starting area, and I actually dicked around a little bit just killing stuff until I got stealth before I did the cave in the Gnome starting area, just to try to make things a little bit easier on me. Because stealth certainly makes that cave a lot more doable and a lot less frustrating. Alright, so we're almost through this level. I wasn't sure if I wanted to do like the full last 10% or if I just want to do the last 5. The last 5% on the Warlock took us almost 20 minutes, which surprised me. So this one's going a little bit faster than the Warlock, I will say. As slow as this level has been, it's still a little faster than the Warlock somehow, some way, shape, or form, which I don't understand, but it seems to be that way. Just looking at where I'm at in the level, and when I started, and what time I'm at now. But, I mean, I'm also not traveling as much between mobs. And you know what? I haven't had any competition on mobs being killed right here. Where I was in... Oh, Ice Crown. There we go. Where I'd gone to grind an Ice Crown. I mean, yeah, it was humanoids. And I was getting cloth and some money and stuff. And I was getting a few green drops, you know, and that was all cool and everything. But I was getting cross-realmed like crazy in the one spot that I was at. There was times I had up to 3 mobs on my Warlock, and that was nerve-wracking enough because, you know, Warlocks. And and then I think it was either people opening up the Argent tournament grounds, or maybe it was for a daily quest involving up there or something. But there was always people I was fighting against to get a kill in, because like I'd be doing my thing and all of a sudden I look up and there's like 110s everywhere, one-shotting everything out from underneath me, and I was like, okay, that's nice. So at least over here in my own little section of the zone, I feel like I'm by myself and I have, you know, my choice of the mobs right here. No one's really bothered me. Haven't really had any trouble. It's been like my own quiet little corner over here. And I'm okay with that. I mean, yeah, it sucks that I'm not getting cloth and stuff, but at least I'm not fighting for mob kills. And, you know, I still get the occasional green to drop off of these guys. You know, but it's not as frequent as the humanoids, but you still get something. And, you know, these guys still have their own vendor trash and what have you. So it's not like a total loss. And I still have all these lock boxes that I can't open yet. So Can't even open these guys. Someday, someday. Alright, this is actually going to be a fairly quick ding here, I think. Quicker than some of the other guys, is what I'm thinking. Because we've got about half a bar left here. And I have gone Outlaw spec, and it's okay. I mean, I don't really have too much trouble with it. I like that I'm not restricted to daggers only, because looking at the subtlety book and the assassination book, so I was thinking about changing it up, maybe trying a different spec to see how it was going to go. But I didn't have 2 daggers, or I actually didn't even have a dagger, let's put it that way. I did not have a dagger. I had a mace and like an axe or something. So I was like, well, I guess we have to wait for that, and I never did go buy anything, and I never had anything drop. So I was like, you know what, we're just gonna stay Outlaw then, because the other specs required me to at least have 1 dagger. And I don't like being restricted to just, you know, to having a mandatory dagger. Which I like Outlaw for, because I don't have that restriction where one weapon must be a dagger. I can have 2 maces, I could have a mace and an axe, I could have a mace and a dagger. I could have 2 daggers if I wanted to. But, you know, it's not always feasible to get a halfway decent dagger to drop, and I like having more options for, you know, if something does drop and I can use it. So. And yes, I know I'm stopping to eat a lot. But I try to save this for either the very end of a fight, or maybe, you know, halfway through a fight if I'm really taking a beating. I'm trying not to rely on that quite so much after the fight's over. It is a bad habit of mine I really should stop doing. But, you know, it's like, oh hey, there's a heal thingy there. I should use it. Like, if it's just a little bit, then yeah, okay, that's fine. But, you know, when I start to get down towards, like, 70, 65, then we need to just break down and eat, because it's going to be faster, because the vial's not going to top me out anyway. Alright. So we're getting there, guys. We're just about there. We're just about there. 99%. And this will definitely be a hard-earned level on this guy. And I did get a level on my pacifist away from recording. I do have an update on my internet situation. So I checked our internet provider's map today on where they are installing currently the fiber cables, because that's the only chance that we have of me streaming again, is using that version, because it looks like they're switching the whole town over to the fiber cables. And it is in progress in the section of town that we are living in right now. And we can see where progress has been made on the map. So they are actually working on it. So hopefully by the end of the year, I'll be able to get back to streaming again, because I do miss it. And I know it's kind of a pain for me to only post half-hour videos at a time, when I know a lot of you guys like to level with me yammering away about nonsense in the background. And, you know, I miss yammering away for you. I miss not being able to do more than, you know, at the max, like 50-minute to an hour videos when I run over. Those take me all night, literally, to upload. It's terrible. But, you know, I try to make it work so I don't completely vanish off the map for you guys. And I do appreciate those of you that have hung in there with me. So hopefully it'll only be a little bit longer until we can get back to streaming once again. Come on, elephants. There we go. No, we don't want to engage that elephant yet. We want to eat first. We need to eat first. Okay, there we go. Everything's less nerve-wracking when the health bar is topped off. That's for sure. Okay. And these guys aren't too bad. I mean, they don't really have a stun or anything too dangerous that I've come across. So I kind of like being up here in my little corner. Especially when I've got the place mostly to myself. I mean, usually the only time I see somebody come over here is when they're doing a pet battle, to be perfectly honest. And I'm okay with that. Let them pet battle away. As long as nobody comes in here and just starts wrecking the place, I'm cool with that. Alright, so actually this last little bit, now this is going to be more than 5% that we did. And this is going to be about the same amount of time that it took the Warlock. So yeah, this one is a little bit faster in the level range here. Is this one going to ding us? I can't see my percentage right now. My microphone's in the way. I can see where the bar is, but I can't see where the percentage is at. Yes, that did ding us. Alright, you guys. Whew, that was a tough level, I gotta tell you. Alright, let's get somewhere where we can... Oh, my little buddy disappeared. I wondered why I wasn't having snowballs thrown at me. Alright, so let's... Where's my... Oh, I'm hitting buttons I shouldn't be again. Okay. Did we take the screenshot? No, we didn't. Okay. Why am I not screenshotting? There we go. Because I'm hitting things once again that I shouldn't be. Okay, so let's go ahead and hearth. I know it's going to take me to Dragonblight, but that's fine. And we'll get our /plays for the Twitter thingy. So, I mean, this level did take me, earlier I was at the 8-hour mark. Maybe tack on. I want to say this level probably took close to 8.5 hours. Maybe go 7.5 if you tack off the time that I had stepped away for a second to handle some other business and handle a couple tweets and handle a couple Discord things and then to do auction house. So, you know, even if you shave an hour off of that, it's still a good chunk of time for one level. Alright, so this is Bloodthirsty Soulsapped. Our Outlaw rogue. Where's the... There it is. I'm like... R-O-G-U-E. Dings. Oh, excuse me. 65. It's been a long day. Alright. Ding 65. Our /played is a total of 4 days, 16, God, only 4 days, 16 hours, 37 minutes, and 1 second. I'm sure that will be going up steadily from there. Our total kills to date. Now I go by the actual full total kills, that includes critters and stuff, just because it's an easier number for me to deal with. You know, they still died. They might not have given me XP, but they still died. So let's count them. 8,690. That's not too bad. I mean, the paladin's getting up there, but as we will see soon, because the paladin should be coming back into rotation shortly. All right, we'll go ahead and sweep that, and that's gonna do it for this one, and we'll see who ends up being next on the rotation. Might be the Resto Druid up next, actually, so you guys we'll figure that out when we get there, but you guys have a good day, or a good week, or night, or whatever it is for you, and happy challenging. Don't forget to check out wildchallenges.com for all of your challenge needs. And as always, you can find me on Discord at NiseyBGN or over in the WoW Challenges Twitter. Not Twitter, WoW Challenges Discord. There we go. And you guys have a good day. Hey guys, welcome back to another bloodthirsty video. And we are rejoining Bloominsoul, the Resto Druid, who I am trying to see how far I can get her in just our starting gear. I do have a goal of 100. If it starts to get a little too rough before then, we will break down and put on the gear. But you know, I kind of want to see how far we can get before it starts feeling a little too risky. So we're currently at 15. The last Resto Druid I tried to do this with, we got to 30 or 31 before a rare ended up taking us down, and that was before the patch. So it should be interesting to see how this goes after the patch, and why I'm saying if it starts to feel a little too close, then we'll put the green gear on before then. But for right now, as you saw a second ago, we are still in just the 3 pieces of gear, and you know, we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. So as you can see, we are in Loch Modan, and we've got about 15% left in the level. So we're gonna start getting back to killing here. Gonna get my hots started, so that way I don't have to stop and hit them in the middle of the fight as much. I mean, I still need to from time to time just to make sure I'm okay, but at least if they're started in the beginning, it's not quite as bad and urgent to get those off quickly. Especially that regrowth. It takes a minute, you know, get that cast. Not a literal minute, but you guys know what I mean. It's definitely not an instant cast, and this guy has decided to be our next friend. So we'll get back to him. There we go. And we'll tuck that in the bag. As you can see there, I have been busy this level. We've been getting all sorts of things to drop here. Should probably invest in a bigger bag soon. This character does have the money to buy at least one bigger bag that I can spare a couple of gold on, but you know, we'll see. I have mixed feelings about buying bigger bags, because it seems like a lot of the times after I've bought some bigger bags off the auction house, the character dies. So, you know, we'll see. We'll see. And I don't have my vendor mount yet, because we're not 20 yet, so we might have to break down and get one bag. This guy started to get a couple of extra hits in there that kind of hurt. That's why I'm saying, you know, if the mobs start hitting a little too hard, then we'll probably put the green gear on at that point if it starts to feel a little too risky and the character's gonna die. Because I really don't want to start over again on this one if I don't have to, so. And I'll probably break down and start putting the green gear on maybe before I really need to, because I get a little spooked sometimes. But, you know, we'll see. We'll see. So I'm just kind of staying on the outskirt edges here so nobody else decides to come over, hopefully, and tag our mobs, because it's been fairly busy out here this morning. I did manage to get a rare in which surprised me that it was up. I did catch Cub. And he was manageable, but it definitely hurt. And I didn't have to hit Swiftmen, but I thought I was going to have to. Definitely had to hit the regrowth there a few times during the fight before he was actually able to be dealt with. So I'm not so sure I'm gonna be going after any more rares at this point. I haven't fully decided. I mean, I know not all rares hit the same, but it's definitely a wee bit of a concern. So I'm like, yeah, I don't know. It's really not that much worth it. It just means we have to spend a little extra time killing stuff. And I am sorry that the videos have slowed down a little bit on the Bloodthirsties. It's taking a lot more time to level now. My rogue that you saw in the earlier part of this video, he took, my slash blade was, for that level, before I dinged, had hit the 8-hour mark. And if we shave off maybe an hour for times where I had to AFK to deal with something or what have you, or auction house, where I wasn't actually killing stuff, that's still a long time for that level. So, you know, the videos are going to slow down just a little bit. When I am able to get back to streaming, we might be spending more time on one character on stream, just because that's going to be a lot of hours put in to get them stream ready. So there might be a couple of streams where you see the same character. But, you know, there's some weeks where one character takes me most of the week just because of time that I have available to do it now. I've gotten a little bit busier. Not terribly so, but a little bit. Got a couple other projects currently ongoing. That's also kind of why I started tossing in the Iron Man and the Tin Man challenge characters. Just one of each for now. Just to kind of break up the tediousness of constant Bloodthirsty, and to give me the feeling of, you know, oh yeah, I actually can level a character in less than, you know, a week. So we're getting there. I actually need to do some recording work on those two characters specifically this week, because they didn't get done last week, and that was because of the Rogue Rumble contest starting. And I was working on a character. My character was still alive at the time of this recording. She was sitting at level 29. And that might be where she stays. So, we'll see.
Winning by not dying.
Yeah, you know, really. I'm not eligible for a prize though, so it doesn't really matter. I'm considered part of quote-unquote staff now, so I'm not eligible for a prize. So I think I might just sit where I am and be happy that I'll have survived a contest for the first time ever and come out of it alive, which doesn't happen often. Alright, so we are just about there. We've got just, what, 99%? So we'll work on getting a couple of these guys here on the edge. And then that'll ding us on this one. It's so nice when the lower levels go so quick, but I know what's awaiting me, so it's like, oh boy. I'm hoping I'll be able to try survival on my Nightborn Hunter soon. I just need to get the right weapon, or have the money to get the right weapon. It's been a little tough lately, so I need to get his butt to auction house. If I have anything, I might have vendored all of my greens trying to get the money to get that weapon to begin with. I can't remember. Alright, you guys, there's our ding. We are 16. Let's get somewhere safe where we can get a picture here. This little RP spot looks like it's a good location. Alright, so let's see if I can hit the right keys this time. Oh, there it is. Oh, I guess that's good enough. Alright, so our slash blade. And let's bring up our picture. So this is Bloodthirsty Bloominsoul. Our Resto Druid. Ding 16. And we have a slash blade of 9 hours, 15 minutes, and 28 seconds. And our total kills is probably going to be pretty low because, you know, we're only 16 now. But let's see where we are at. Alright, we are at 698. That's not so bad. And I go by my total kill number. I mean, that does include critters and stuff. But it's just an easier number for me to get. Because, I mean, even if it was a critter and it didn't give me XP, it still died, though. But it's just an easier number to deal with. Alright, so that's going to do it for the Druid. And you all stay safe out there. And happy challenging. Until next time.